Celtic are through to the final of the Scottish Cup after an exhilarating semi-final against Aberdeen. In today's video we will discuss the game whilst also going through the controversial points that have Rangers fans in meltdown. It never does stop, does it? There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic are through to yet another Scottish Cup final after a classic tie in the sun against Aberdeen. Bojan Miłowski had the Pittodrie club off to a flyer at the National Stadium after he slotted home beyond Joe Hart on 2 minutes. However, their lead lasted a little under 20 minutes as a mistake at the back eventually saw Nicholas Kuhn score a rebound into an empty net. James Forrest thought he was the match winner midway through the second half with a lovely place finished. That was until Esther Sokler scored in the dying moments to force extra time. Upset Matt O'Reilly for his 14th of the season to make it 3 for the Hoops, but once again Aberdeen responded as Angus MacDonald atoned for his previous error. It was Celtic who prevailed on the spot kicks and they returned to the National Stadium again next month. Here are the 4 main takeaways from the showpiece event. League and Cup double is on. On a warm summer's afternoon in August last year, Brendan Rodgers' perfect domestic cup record in Scotland came to an end. Marley Watkins scored the only goal of the game at a sun-kissed Rugby Park, as Kilmarnock deservedly knocked the League Cup holders out of the last 16 stage. For Rodgers, he'd never experienced defeat to a Scottish team in either cup. It was an unknown feeling for the Northern Irish man, something he would not have anticipated at such an early stage of the competition. It is safe to say that provoked clear motivation for the head coach and in turn his players as they tackled the Scottish Cup this term. It may not have been pretty, but they got the job done. They will take on the winners of Rangers or Hearts in the showpiece final on Saturday, May 25th. Just a quick one, boys and girls, to tell you that we have a new drop available on our website. We have the Brendan Rodgers Pope tee along with the Celtic Ultra t-shirts. Do browse the collection by going down to the link in the description or going to celticapparel.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Brennan's perfect record intact. One record that has remained for Rodgers is his perfect results at Hampden. He's guided Celtic back to another cup final, having never been beaten at the National Stadium. It was a treat for the neutral with a pulsating 3-3 stalemate in normal time, but in extra time the champions stamped their authority and managed to overpower their rivals in Mount Florida. Rodgers will be hoping Hampden remains a happy hunting ground for his team next month when they take to the same stage for the Scottish Cup final, the one that really does count for everything. He won't have been happy with some of the defending at all 3 of Aberdeen's goals, with his defenders backing off constantly, but in cup football, the performance doesn't matter, the result is all that counts. Quickfire start from the Dons. Aberdeen needed to make their presence felt at Hampden as early as possible. A marker was required to be laid down. Thanks to Leighton Clarkson and Miłowski, standing boss Peter Levin got exactly that from his side. The last thing Aberdeen wanted was to lose an early goal, which would have undoubtedly taken the wind from their sails and brought back familiar feelings of despair this season. What they did need though was Miłowski going clean through on goal, 1-on-1 with Hart. The North Macedonian was slipped in behind Celtic thanks to an inch-perfect Clarkson pass. He rarely misses in those situations and you'd have to be silly to bet against him here. The number 9 slotted under Hart, who did make contact with the ball, but the keeper could not prevent the goal as the ball sailed into the net. If Aberdeen were to have a chance in this semi-final, an early goal was a perfect way to set the tone. Given how dismal their domestic campaign has been, it was surprising to see, but nevertheless deserved and certainly gave us a game well worth tuning into. What an impact from Forrest. After mere seconds on the park, the one-time Scotland international made the desired impact off the bench. He replaced the unproductive Yang, who once again looked lost in a Hoops jersey. While the South Korean has youth on his side, and of course there is still hope for him yet, Forrest is at the other end of the scale. This was just his 23rd appearance of the season, with the vast majority of them coming off the bench. He had 3 goals this term prior to this one, which took his total haul for club up to 106. And you could see the confidence oozing out of the Prestic-born player after his strike. He was cutting inside from the left at ease, just as he did for almost the entirety of Rodgers' first tenure at the club. It's how this one settled into the bottom corner as well, with neither Dante Pavara and Connor Barron able to halt him, as his trademark right-footed shot placed netly beyond Kell. His weight of pass for Alistair Johnston was on the money in the lead up to the winner too. He's not played as much as a player of his calibre would have liked this season, but his showing today is a reminder to everyone, including the fans, that he's not finished yet, with his bright spark impact crucial to Celtic's progression. The Celtic boss spoke of the effect the game had taken on him, but emphasised how he was impressed by Aberdeen's performance. Rodgers said, "I need a therapy session after that. What a game for neutrals watching. Credit both teams, Aberdeen did fantastic, they had nothing to lose but came and played really well. We had to dig in after a slow start. I'm just happy to be in the final." I had in my mind, I had a flash of Anton Rogan, bless him. He missed a penalty against Aberdeen. I was thinking, don't be the next Irishman in that position, please. I'm really proud of the team. The supporters were brilliant for us. Rodgers' light-hearted spirit really shined through in his post-match interview with the BBC, and the Irishman has shown he has the character to take on big moments, with his reflection on the 1990 Scottish Cup final penalty miss from Anton Rogan against Aberdeen. With Celtic's huge Irish background in its foundation, it's clear that every Irishman who plays, works or manages the club feels a pressure to do their best at every moment. Rodgers not wanting to be remembered negatively for today's penalty shootout exemplified the pressure with his comments. The reasoning behind Matt O'Reilly's goal celebration for Celtic's third goal has been revealed, with the Danish midfielder paying homage to one of his teammates who missed the game due to injury. With O'Reilly giving Celtic the lead in extra time, the Dane paid tribute to Dyson Maeda, who missed the game through injury. Maeda is currently sidelined due to a hamstring injury he sustained, causing him to miss last weekend's 3-0 win over St Mirren. Brendan Rodgers previously expressed uncertainty about the whether the Japanese international would return to play again before the end of the season. O'Reilly's gesture adds another touch of class from the Hoops midfielder, showcasing not just the close relationship between the players, but also the empathy they share for each other when missing games through injury. Maeda's absence would indeed be felt if he doesn't return this season. However, for O'Reilly to gesture to Maeda in the crowd during a celebration is an incredible moment for all Celtic supporters to witness. Celtic fans, what did you make of our win and the fact we are in the Scottish Cup final? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, bye bye.